This is a quick demo of the Rosin Binding Company Releasable Snowboard Binding SB2. This binding is designed to work with traditional snowboard strap bindings. Obviously it would take any boot, any off-the-shelf boot that fits any strap binding. And it's designed to have a quick release method with very low or no play or wiggle room, excellent ice and snow clearing abilities, and a simple, economical to manufacture design. And be able to enter the binding with no hands. Releasing just takes a touch of that lever and off you get. And you notice this is a rotational lock, and that is one of the key claims of the patent that we've got for this design. This is a close-up look at the Rosin Binding Company SB2 Releasable Snowboard Binding. Now, we looked at this in a previous video, and with the close-up here, it's the same idea. We've got the traditional strap binding with the traditional footbed. This prototype actually makes use of all the bindings off-the-shelf mounting hardware and angle adjustment, and there's other options we have with this design for that, and we'll look at that when we get into the computer versions of this presentation. So again, it's a very simple slide-on twist lock, and that twist lock is what allows us to remove all the play and wiggle that a lot of the other older releasable designs suffered from. That was a complaint of a lot of the riders.
We are going to take a closer look at the design detail and features of the SB releasable binding. This is where the binding mounts with its standard off-the-shelf hardware. In this design iteration, we added a foot plate to give the rider angle adjustment. This is a closer look at the exact parts we designed to develop a releasable snowboard binding. As shown here, the receiver disc has a complex radial surface. This specific conical design, when mated to the engagement ring, eliminates any play or movement. The arms of the engagement ring have the same conical surface, which results in a cone within a cone. One of the reasons this design works so well relates to the spring arms. They are biased inwardly and stretch when the rider twists his binding over the receiver disc. This mechanical construct is easy to produce with low levels of manufacturer tolerance required. The final requirement is a lock for the rotation. Here we show the pin that seats into the locking arm. The mechanical locking arm is spring-loaded. This is a concept design we have labeled as the third strap. This iteration uses a buckle and strap for the rotational lock. Snowboarders have complete trust in this method of engagement. Something that is familiar looking will have a much better purchase appeal. This is a closer look at the footbed or base plate. The engagement ring in this version is molded into the bottom of the binding. The footbed of the binding would be redesigned to incorporate the engagement ring into the injection mold. This redesign would result in minimal extra cost for manufacturing. The receiver disc and the standard 4-bolt angle adjustment wheel have moved to the board. In traditional bindings, the adjustment wheel is located in the base of the binding. Once again, familiar looking configuration provides the rider with no objection to buying into this new concept. Another benefit is being able to offer receiver discs as a separate item. This gives the snowboarder the ability to build his quiver of boards and make rapid changes between boards as mountain conditions vary. A final look at the third strap design shows us that the cost of this binding will be produced for approximately $10. The electronic version uses elements we designed in another patent for a releasable ski binding. The electronic version takes convenience to a new level. However, the major advantage of the electronic version is safety. Examples of this are avalanche and tree wells. This concludes our presentation about the releasable snowboard binding from Roslyn Binding Company.